Welcome, dwellers, to Basement 1F, where Terror City comes for quality horror content.
Wow. I can't believe you made it through that with a straight face.
Why? I think we do great content.
Not that. You just said Terror City comes.
You know, I might start drug testing.
That would include you too.
Never mind.
Well. Now I know why the snack budget in your bountiful basement has doubled as of late.
That, and I stopped buying groceries. All I need are the 3 Ps. Pizza, pastries, and Patron. Well, actually whiskey, but I needed a P word.
Pappy Van Winkle?
I can't afford that.
The two of you are far too... what's the word?
Happy?
Attractive?
Annoying. So why don't you two review Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer? A gruesome depiction of humanity featuring a young Michael Rooker, before he got all famous into that weird sci-fi reboot of Mary Poppins. And stop living off the work snacks. Terrormind out.
I don't even know where to start. Well, we'll be
right back!
In a world where pants are optional and ghosts hold grudges, comes the softcore slasher no one asked for. Hard to Die. Exclusive. Uncensored. Unnecessary. Only on the Basement 1F Patreon. Is the countdown over yet? Sweet. Okay, back to the show.
So, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. This isn't the kind of movie that's trying to entertain you with style or spectacle. Instead, it pulls you in a different way, by being quiet, grim, and unsettling. It makes it to where you can't look away, even if you kind of want to.
It's mean, it's ugly, and it's quiet. But it's also kind of brilliant. No music stingers, no flashy kills, just a raw, stripped-down look at a guy who murders people because that's what he does.
Michael Rooker plays Henry, and he is terrifying in how normal he is.
Real nice smile you got there.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
He doesn't act like he's a movie monster. There's no glee to him or drama. He's just cold and detached.
That's what makes it so rough. And Rooker plays it like the evil is always just under the surface.
Hey, how about those bears?
The bears.
We open with Henry already mid-spree. Every transition we see is the aftermath of another one of his victims. It's not glorified at all. It's just bodies with cold ambient noise. It really helps set the tone.
The film introduces Otis, who's Henry's new roommate. He's fresh out of prison, crude, and a bit of a jackass.
You look terrible. Okay, come on, let's go.
But not immediately into what Harry's doing. One night, they each pick up a sex worker. Otis is making out with his in the front seat, while Henry strangles his in the back. Susie! When Otis's date freaks out, Henry kills her too.
Who makes out with a hooker? Let us know in the comments.
Otis panics, but after some twisted conversation and a bag of fries, Henry talks him through it.
Then you killed before, right?
Well, maybe I didn't have no choice.
You didn't have no choice here neither. Did you?
But he makes it sound easy, inevitable even. And eventually, Otis decides to try it.
And this is not the fun kind of killer duo. It's uncomfortable. Henry trains him like he's someone teaching a friend how to use a grill.
What they call a modus operandi. That's Latin. Bet you didn't know any Latin, did you?
They just go out and kill and go back home like nothing happened.
The turning point comes when they kill the sleazy guy trying to sell them stolen TVs. It's sudden, and Otis joins in. That's the first time he crossed the line himself. Later, he says, "I'd like to kill somebody." Like he was craving some chicken wings or something.
Say that again.
I'd like to kill somebody.
Must mean you go for a ride, Otis.
On top of all of that, Otis's sister has just moved in. She's clearly trying to escape her own trauma and immediately attaches onto Henry. And he doesn't really react.
I never would have married Leroy in the first place if I hadn't wanted to get away from Daddy so bad.
Didn't get along with your daddy, huh?
He doesn't connect to anyone, really.
There's this one brief moment where you almost think Henry might be trying to feel something again. But nope, it doesn't stick. And then you get to the home invasion scene.
The scene is brutal. One static camera angle, no edits, just violence. And then they actually rewind it and watch it again.
What are you doing?
I want to see it again.
It's one of the most chilling moments in horror because it's just so casual. It's not for you, it's for them. saving it for later.
After that, things spiral. Otis becomes a bigger problem, and by bigger, I mean hornier. He turns on Becky, yes, his sister, and yes, like that! Gross. Henry steps in and kills Otis, featuring a sweet eye stab. But it's nothing remotely new to Henry. It's just like taking out the trash at this point.
Then, the two of them hit the road. You think maybe this is Henry trying to start over. Maybe Becky softened him. She's poured her heart out to him and proclaims her love. And he reciprocates.
I love you, Henry.
I guess I love you too.
But, no. He kills her too. Off screen. But he leaves her body in a suitcase by the side of the road.
No drama, no explanation, just a quiet shot of the suitcase, and then he drives away alone. Like nothing ever happened. What did I say about taking out the trash?
It doesn't feel like an ending. It feels like the next chapter is already happening, and you're just not watching anymore.
This isn't a horror movie in the traditional sense. It's more like a character study of someone who does some horrific shit.
It was made on a tiny budget, shot in Chicago in 1985, and shelved for years because no one knew how to release it.
And honestly, it doesn't belong in a box. It's not a slasher. Not a thriller. It's just its own thing.
What sets Henry apart is the realism.
It's just a peek into a monster's life. No one catches on, no detective hunting him down. He just drives away to kill again.
If you're into horror because you want to feel scared, this might not be it. But if you're into horror because you want to see what the genre can really explore, this is required viewing.
It doesn't flinch. It doesn't entertain in the traditional sense. But it does hold your attention, because it feels too real to look away from.
Otis, plug it in.
Basement 1F approved. Just know what you're getting into.
And maybe schedule something light afterwards. Like, I don't know. How about Lumpy in my review of the late night jiggle fight that is Hard to Die? Exclusive to our $3 and up Patreon dwellers.
Wow, you just slid that in there.
Ha! That's what she said!
I'm gonna go ahead and call it while Sally's on a high.
Slid in.
Yowzer. We got a new basement1f.com. It's got our shop, our links, and all kinds of stuff coming soon.
Catch you on the dark side, dwellers. Go watch Henry. It's dope.
Agreed, Sally. See ya.